In the turbulent 1960s, millions of young Americans tuned in, turned on, and dropped out in their quest to create a new peace and love generation. The straight-laced Vincent Bugliosi was virtually untouched by this social revolution. But for Charles Manson, it was like discovering gold. On March 21st, 1967, Manson is released from Terminal Island Penitentiary near Los Angeles. At 32, he has spent more than half his life in prison, developing a philosophy and survival strategy he'll soon find useful on the outside.
He thought of himself as a master manipulator, and it's what he learned in prison. You know, to protect yourself, you have to be really good at seeing how people reveal themselves. And so Manson, in his own perverted way, was a master psychologist.
Charlie heads with his guitar for San Francisco, where he finds a world of young runaways and social outcasts. In many, he sees a spiritual and emotional vacuum just waiting to be filled. With his songs about self-realization, his gift of gab, and the help of psychedelic drugs, Manson quickly finds a following, especially among impressionable young women. Many followers describe his strange, mesmerizing power over them. Sandra Good, who would later spend several years in prison for making death threats against public officials, remains devoted to Manson to this day.
He was unlike any person I'd ever met before. I hate to use the term, he blew my mind, but he did. He didn't compute. He was nothing that I could assess with words and put into any kind of a category. His music was very different from any music I'd ever heard. It was almost like he was singing what was inside of my mind that I didn't want exposed, and it put me quite a bit on the point.
Within a year, Manson is living with more than a dozen young women and several young men, the group's acknowledged patriarch. The Manson family is born, the close-knit family Charlie always wanted. As Manson takes on the trappings of the hippie culture, Vincent Bugliosi remains the button-down lawyer, fixed on success. As a prosecutor, he loses only one felony case. He wins every single murder case he tries.
I always aspired to perfection in my professional life. In my non-professional life, I have to say, unfortunately, I'm not that way. But I want to be the best at whatever I do, and I want it to be important. I want to become the top prosecutor in the office, the top trial lawyer.
Bugliosi's trademark is thorough preparation with a fanatic attention to detail, a trait not lost on senior prosecutor Aaron Stovitz.
I don't want to be a psychologist and say that he was obsessive, but Vince was a very, very meticulous individual in the sense that he wanted to dot every I and cross every T.
While Bugliosi climbs the career ladder, Manson brings his new family to Los Angeles, hoping for a career of his own as a songwriter and musician. With his drug connections and harem of pretty girls, Manson quickly makes contacts in the entertainment world, where spiritual gurus are much in vogue. Beach Boys drummer Dennis Wilson helps arrange recording sessions for Charlie, and even puts up the Manson family for a time in his palatial home. Manson also meets Beach Boys record producer Terry Melcher, son of actress Doris Day. Charlie attends parties at Melcher's hilltop home, an experience that apparently makes a deep impression on Manson.
He wrote some songs that he hoped the Beach Boys would record, and they did record at least one. And one was left to wonder, had he been successful in a recording career, if he would have gone down the path he did.
Manson's chance at a record deal with Melcher abruptly vanishes when the producer learns that Charlie has shot a drug dealer. Melcher breaks off their relationship, leaving Manson feeling bitter and betrayed. It's around this time that Bugliosi successfully prosecutes his first high-profile murder case, winning convictions against an ex-cop and his girlfriend with nothing more than circumstantial evidence. The victory makes him a star prosecutor among the more than 400 in the county DA's office. At last, he begins to experience the kind of recognition he's always craved. He's especially pleased when television takes notice of him. For the series The DA, actor Robert Conrad bases his character on Bugliosi, right down to the prosecutor's trademark vest. Charlie Manson, meanwhile, has become a star in his own special universe. With his growing family, Manson has taken up quarters at the Spahn Movie Ranch, operated by an old blind man in the hills northwest of Los Angeles. It's a playground of horse corrals and old movie sets, remote enough for uninhibited drug use, group sex, and hiding weapons. Although 100 or more visitors come and go, hardcore family members number less than 24 men and women. They treat Charlie as both father figure and messiah. Manson directs most of the activities, including games designed to draw out and nurture violent instincts within the group. One of these he calls creepy crawling, sending family members out at night to enter strange houses and move about without getting caught. On the evening of August 9, 1969, he orders 4 members of the family to put on dark clothes and arm themselves with knives. Manson then sends the 4 on a mysterious mission, a mission whose aftermath will soon draw Vincent Bugliosi into Charlie Manson's astonishing world. The designated family members are Charles Tex Watson, former football star and student body president; Susan Atkins, once a topless dancer, now the mother of a 10-month-old child; Patricia Krenwinkel, Bible student and Sunday school teacher; and Linda Kasabian, mother of a small child now in the communal care of the family and pregnant with another. They drive to the house where Manson once attended parties thrown by producer Terry Melcher. But Melcher no longer lives there. The house in the dark canyons above Beverly Hills is now occupied by a beautiful young actress named Sharon Tate. August 10, 1969. Newspaper articles and TV newscasts send a shocking story around the world. Actress Sharon Tate, the 26-year-old wife of film director Roman Polanski, is found stabbed to death in an exclusive neighborhood above Los Angeles while Polanski is away on business. Their unborn baby, due in 2 weeks, dies with her. 3 close friends of the couple are also viciously cut down. Jay Sebring, noted Hollywood hairstylist, shot several times. Abigail Folger, heir to the coffee fortune, stabbed 28 times. Her boyfriend, Wojtek Frykowski, stabbed 51 times. A 5th murder victim, teenager Stephen Parent, is found in his car outside the house. After visiting the property's caretaker, he's been shot 4 times in the head. Blood is everywhere, including the front door, where Sharon Tate's blood has been used to write one word: pig. News of the slaughter grips Los Angeles, sending special fear to the wealthier neighborhoods. Then, less than 24 hours after the Tate murders, another killing frenzy takes place 10 miles away in the Los Feliz Hills. Business executive Lino LaBianca is found dead in his luxurious home, along with his wife, Rosemary. This time, the stabbings totaled 67. Police find the word war carved on one of the victims' stomachs. Throughout the house, written in blood, are the words "Rise," "Death to Pigs," and "Helter Skelter." The LaBianca murders add to the media frenzy, fueling speculation about a gang of murderers rampaging through the city.